Hey there you guys, welcome back. Today we are just going to go out and take a look around the yard. The yard is not much to see. Let's just go around here and I'll show you. That is the yard. It's beautiful. So I just wanted to show you what I'm growing out here, and there's not a lot, and yeah, the hostas are doing well, the ones that I took from the other house, but they're still in pots, and looks like they will be in pots most of the summer. Looks like we are not supposed to be getting grass until the end of July, early August, mid-August, so really the wrong time to put sod down because it's going to be hot and dry. And in this area they don't really want you to water the lawn in the summertime to conserve water, but I guess you got to do what you got to do. It's going to be an expensive water bill. So anyway, let's just get up here and see what's going on. So this is the front of the house from the street. We've got a nice sized front lawn, and as you can see, we've got the fire hydrant to work with. I'm hoping to do something so that it's visible in plain sight, but hidden, or not necessarily hidden, incorporated into the garden, so it doesn't look like a fire hydrant sitting on the front lawn. So I'm thinking about doing maybe an arid garden with some stones and some stepping stones, and then maybe some boxwoods or some yews, and behind that's not very arid, but I want to have a little bit of a screen, and then maybe some yucca or something along the sides, but I'm not 100% sure. And as you can see, there's a huge rock over here, and we're hoping to get them to bring that rock over kind of where the blue tubing is that's coming out of the ground. That's going to get hidden eventually. It's kind of off of our property line, but still just enough on the property line to incorporate it into the landscape. This is the sitting area that I was at the beginning, and we really enjoy this space. It's very cozy. The chairs are a little bit big, but I'm going to incorporate down in the bottom here a little stepping area so that we can get up and down from the chairs there. These chairs are really comfortable, and we really enjoy sitting in the front to see what's going on in the neighborhood. As you can see, I've got the hostas and other plants, the elephant ears. This is the Alocasia macrorrhiza. This is a Xanthosoma mafafa. And let's see here, there is a machine causing a lot of ruckus. So lots of hostas, again more elephant ears. This is the Mayan mask that I got. You guys seen this one? This is from Berkmansia, Quebec. It's got really beautiful leaves coming out now. This one here is the Thailand giant. We'll see. Hopefully it is Thailand giant. Fingers crossed. And some of the hostas here are already coming into bloom, which is very exciting. I didn't think that they would be doing so well in pots, but they're doing just fine. This one here is Portadora Alocasia, and it's starting to produce flowers. And this Empress Wu hosta is doing really well. It's showing a little bit of worse for wear action only because of the wind. There's a lot of wind here. I like places with wind, it seems. These are the dahlias, or two of the dahlias that we planted early in the spring. You'll see the two pots down there. I was going to prune it back, but then I saw that it had buds, so I want to keep the buds. And then once it blooms, I'll trim it back. It's already starting to branch out. I've got a gerbera down there behind it. I finally brought out this cactus pot. I don't know what to do because there's not enough space in the front porch for all of my plants. I was hoping that we'd have grass by now and we'd be able to utilize the yard, but that's not happening for a little while yet. So over here, this is an agapanthus. It hasn't done anything in a few years. I really want to take it out and plant it in the ground and see what it does, but again, no garden. Got some coleus that I wanted to plant in the garden or in pots, but there's no space for them at the moment. I went a little nuts at the garden center, and that machine is really loud. There we go, the machine is gone. I believe this is a senecio. It's in the German ivy family. and it's got a beautiful variegation. It looks like the regular ivy, but it's got a really thick, fleshy leaf. Really cool. And then this is a Super Tunia. This is new for me this year, and I thought it was really pretty, so I bought it. I bought a few of them. And yeah, it's sitting in its little pot. This is a Proven Winners plant, so it's going to do well. Super Petunias don't seem to need deadheading like other petunias. They still need to be pruned from time to time, but they don't require deadheading like the other ones do. This is a fun little cactus that I got recently, and it had beautiful red flowers when I purchased it, and it was so pretty. And it was only $6, so I thought, hey, I could already see what the flowers look like, so bonus. What else do we have here? This is the Borneo King Alocasia, and it's looking really, really good. It's finally starting to get its own leaves and coming into its own. So fingers crossed. I do water almost every day and fertilize as often as I can. Usually at least once a week with the Miracle-Gro automatic feeder. So it gets its fertilizer. This is in the mimosa family, and I can't remember, it starts with an A, the silk tree. So this one is hardy to my zone, just hardy to my zone, so eventually it's going to get planted in the ground. It's doing really, really well. And this is one of the species geraniums, Pelargonium cuculatum. It's doing really well as well. I love how big the leaves are, and they're really, really thick leaves. And then, what do we have here? We have the cinnamon. Look at the beautiful new leaves on the cinnamon. I really enjoy this plant. It's not maybe the most showy plant in the world, but it is really, really interesting. I like it. So I'm going to be planting it in a nice big pot, and it'll go in and out each fall, and then in the spring it'll come out, in the fall it'll go in, and it seems to do well in a well-lit window inside. So Bob's your uncle, I think. Hopefully it does well. And this one here is waiting for a bigger pot. This is the scented geranium. This is the lemon scented geranium, and this is by far my favorite. I need to trim it back and get it to grow nicer, but right now it doesn't have any space, so what am I supposed to do? Down here is the Pelargonium trist. This is the reason why I wanted to start into the species geraniums, because look at that leaf. Who knew that that was even a geranium? That is amazing to me. I've got some cymbidiums back in the back here. This is a long leaf anthurium. I don't believe this has a pretty flower. I think that it's just more the long leaves. I need to start taking care of it a little bit more. It goes really, really dry for a long time, and then it gets really, really wet for a long time, and I just don't seem to give it the right care that it needs. But it does need a bigger pot. I do know that. So soon I will transplant it. Once things start to expand for me, I will give things better homes. But right now I don't have the space. It seems to be an ongoing problem. This is another type of species geranium, and this is I can't even say that. Pelargonium chrysmathifolia. And then the other one here, magentum. And then this one here is incrustatum. So they're all doing okay. Some are doing better than others, as you can see, but they're all alive, and that's all that matters. And then this is the boxwood bonsai. It's still alive, doing its thing. Looks like it's got some boxwood psyllid. Psyllid. So yeah, things are percolating. They're going as planned. Well, if they were going as planned, they'd be in the garden. But yeah. And then here we got the planters. This is the Alocasia Regal's Shields. It's doing really, really well. This is an old leaf. Don't look at that one. They were really gross in the beginning of the year. It was really, really wet, really, really cold, and really, really windy. None are things that these guys like, except for the really, really wet. But they don't like it wet and cold. We've got some Calibrachoas growing nicely, and then soon the lantanas will take hold. We got a lantana on both sides, and we got the two colors of I just said it. These guys, Calibrachoas. Here we've got the bear's breeches. What is this? Acanthus? This is going to look really, really pretty when it finally finds its way into the garden. I didn't think that this would survive the winter because I transplanted it. It didn't get a big root system, and lo and behold, it survived. So I'm very happy about that. and a bunch of other hostas, mouse ears, pure heart, and whiskey sour. Yes, please. All right, and over here we've got, this is the blue, the ice cream banana. It's the blue banana or whatever. It was looking terrible, but it's finally starting to get leaves that are presentable, and now they're going to get shredded by wind. So you can't really win. Down here are two more of the dahlias. It's been very, very windy. They've been drying out really, really quickly. I really wanted to have them in the ground by now, but I can't really do much about that. And my intent was to have them in the ground and not have them in such a small pot for so long. I do feed these and water them regularly, but I can only do what I could do. By now, again, I'd like to have had them planted. This is the Berkmansia, the pink Berkmansia that I got from Berkmansia, Quebec. This is Miss Emily Mackenzie. That is the name of it. Somebody had asked a while ago. The main plant had died, but it sent out a sucker, so that's fantastic. I'm very happy. I don't mind that the main thing had died, as long as I still get a plant. That's all that matters. I know that they grow really, really obscenely fast, so that should be fine. And then here is the main yellow Berkmansia. It always looks gross in the springtime. I've been feeding and watering it almost every day. You need to get a lot of food into these. I flower with a bloom booster fertilizer to really bring the growth and the flower production. Last year I didn't flower as profusely, or I didn't fertilize as profusely, and the buds were falling off, and I wondered why, and it's because I wasn't fertilizing enough. So I'm fertilizing the crap out of the thing, and hopefully it will, the new leaves, as you can see, they're doing much better. Hopefully it'll reward me with earlier blooms, not just in September. And then this one here is the Jack's Giant Alocasia. So this is a typical Esculenta, but this one gets to be about 6 feet tall. So this one's going to get to be a monster eventually. Not really huge leaves, but really, really tall leaves. I think the leaves get to be maybe 2 feet long, but in the world of alocasias or colocaceas, it's not a giant, but it does get very tall. And then last over here is the same pot with the Regal Shields. And I had pansies. I didn't have the heart to rip them out, so I just cut them back, and they're slowly dying because of the heat. And then the Calibrachoas and the Lantanas are going to take over. And more hostas. And these are some of the Enset bananas that we did the cuttings with. So that is that. They're doing really, really well. I need to divide them, but again, space is an issue. So in time, it will happen. I was thinking about maybe making a little bit of a banana hedge until fences go in. So that is a possibility. So that was the front yard. I'll take you around to the backyard just quickly, and you can see how big the yard is going to be. Oh, and I forgot about these guys. These ones here are the plumerias. Do you remember these guys? Oh, I just brought them out last weekend, and they've already started to put on some growth. These leaves are old leaves, like on this one. But for the most part, they've started to produce growth. They didn't have that before. Most of them are starting to unfurl. They look terrible, but they've been downstairs until last week, and they really weren't getting water. So I've been watering them often, and they've been perking up, and hopefully things will get better for them. I put this little fence around because they're going to be coming, and they're going to be putting soil up against the house, so hopefully they won't kill all of these. As you can see, we've got the black vapor barrier, or the water guard here, and they're going to be putting the soil up to the top of that. So it's going to come up a little bit more. So I hope that the plants are going to be safe. So here we go. Let's go to the backyard. The side yard, it feels like it's going to be really, really wide, but where is it? It's only going to be about 4.5 feet, or maybe 5 feet wide. So let me see here. From maybe this point over to the house, that is going to be how wide our side yard is going to be. We thought it was going to be much bigger. The other side of the house it feels bigger because it juts out. So this is the yard. This is our little patio. A chair built for one, or a patio built for one. So we don't have a step coming down, so the first step is a doozy. And then let me get back to the property line. The yard feels really big. Okay, here we are. So this is at the property line. So hopefully we could garden and have a lot of fun back here, and experiment and play and do what we need to do. And yeah, I can't wait till we get grass and we can get started, because I'm sure you guys are excited to see what happens. I'm also very excited to get outside and play. So thank you for joining me. It has been a long-winded video. I hope that you didn't find it too boring. Like if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you haven't already, and join the Plants and Things What's Growing page. It is growing leaps and bounds. So many good people on there, so many knowledgeable people. There's people that are just starting off, people that have been doing it for many years, and everybody gets along famously. So until next time, everyone, happy growing.